Hey, welcome back to Poochie. Please. Since TLH ain't been here in a minute, we're going to let TLH talk about the next topic.
You know, I was watching a show about this guy. He's well known. He's from Mississippi, and he was living in New York for 20 years, and he decided to go back down to retire in Mississippi. And he's trying to tell the black people, you know, that we need to come back home down Mississippi. That's where you're gonna find family again, the togetherness and all that kind of stuff. And I was buying it for a minute until I saw the top 10 states you don't want to live in. And most of the places are like Mississippi, Arkansas.
You mean black Americans don't want to live in?
No, them talking about it's the top 10 you don't want to live in. Period.
Why?
Because of poverty and water supplies. That they don't have good water supplies, especially in Mississippi. I mean, no, what was it? What state was that? They don't even have I think it was Mississippi. They don't even. Their water was coming out black, man.
Really?
Yo, man, they gotta do bottled water. Wow. You know, it's like.
Do you think that is?
Like, but the states all these states that I'm mentioning, they have a high crime rate now all of a sudden.
Well,
Arkansas, Mississippi, Louisiana, it was Arizona.
You just said they poor. They poor.
Missouri.
That's why they poor. Well, they steal from each other. They rob each other. They don't have. They need to have resources. They need not resources and handout resources. Yeah. But what if we did move? Not that I want to move down south. I don't. But if Black America or some of us started moving down there, opening businesses and building things and creating a revenue, then it'll be different. So maybe in that aspect,
Mississippi is still a segregated state.
I know. That's why I won't go down there. Yeah, no. Because they are.
They are.
And they have people that are poor.
And they're the poorest state in the United States.
Mississippi?
Yeah, it's poor. I mean, you know, I've been to Mississippi, and it was like going back in time.
Really?
I'm talking about some parts are like, they actually got plantations people work on.
Some parts of when you drive through, we drove through, we went to Mississippi. Me and my ex-husband went to Mississippi with friends, and we drove from Mississippi to New Orleans. We were staying at a hotel, a casino hotel. I don't remember the name of it. So it wasn't
probably Biloxi.
You know?
So
the hotel was nice, right? I didn't go outside the hotel until we went to New Orleans. We drove, and as we drove, I was like,
look at those shacky places you saw when you drove. I drove that route to New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yo, you see all them houses look like.
Yeah.
A good example is in the heat of the night.
Mhm.
You ever watch the Heat of the Night show?
No.
You don't? That's Mississippi, and it looks just like it. It looks just like that right now.
So maybe if like, why would we all go to South India? Why did he say that we should migrate to?
Because he's saying that that's where we from, you know, and that's where, you know, we are all from the South.
So we going back there to what? Find our ancestors?
You know, to give something back to the states.
No, but he basically wants it for the ones who have moved away and who have created wealth, who have gotten educated and all that, to come back and build the state. Now, in that aspect, it could happen. We got to live down there, but
you know, he's saying that Atlanta's the first one that started it, right? Atlanta was the first one that started it. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to Atlanta, you know, it's a black city, but outside of Atlanta, Georgia is still Georgia, and it's still country. And it's still, well, I mean, there's places in Jersey that you can't go to. You just don't know until you go in there. You know, I mean, we got a lot of places in Jersey that they don't even see any black people. You know, so it ain't like it's just down south.
There's a town in Jersey that I had to go through. It ain't even far. It's far.
It don't have to be far. It's far. It ain't that far.
I worked at?
Yeah, up there. That was up there off of Route 10.
Yeah, I worked there, and I went to, I went out to lunch. First where I worked at, it wasn't African American, no nationality other than Caucasian, to my knowledge, because they could be different things. They just,
yeah.
And None. And then I went out into the. Nobody treated me bad. Nobody looked at me crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that people gave me crazy looks or like, why'd you here? That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that I didn't see me. Anybody that looked like me, anybody that was my color, it was a rarity to see it, and I wasn't used to that, you know.
Yeah.
And not that I've been in mixes and stuff, but it was a rarity, and I noticed it. It was noticeable. I was like, oh wow, but nobody again treated me bad. My service was great when I went to stores and things of that nature. I didn't have any problems. However, I recognize that I'm not in this. We're not represented up here.
Yeah. Well, I was surprised that New Orleans was the #1 worst city in the United States, though. That doesn't surprise me because New Orleans, I was not impressed with New Orleans. I've been in there twice now, 3 times to be exact. You know, and it's gotten worse. This last hurricane did the damage. Really did a lot of damage.
Well, when you say worse, you mean
I'm talking about. They have crime rate is really crazy now, and it still got that musky smell still.
What? But it's not funny, but it is true. I have to say, it's not funny. I don't know why. I don't know how they can mitigate that. Like how they can fix that. But I went to New Orleans for the second time after the
After Katrina.
So I was there before once when we drove from Mississippi to New Orleans. But when you walk into some of them, it still smells damp. And I'm like, why don't they put money into this? That's just like here in the States. Here. Not moldy.
No, it's just like it's been wet.
But is it because of the way they're surrounded by that water? I mean, is it because of that it always? I never had that smell when I went the first time. Though.
First time it wasn't. I've been there pre-Katrina. It was Katrina that did it. You got to remember, they was underwater for a long time.
Well, then they need to.
You know, it's like, I don't know how they could fix it.
Well, how come
it's real dirty down there.
Well, as a country, we could send money to all these other countries to help them do things, and we can't even help with our own infrastructure. Like, we can't even go down there and spend millions and millions and millions to help mitigate that. We just let people live.
I think they gave up on New Orleans to the point of where they can't stop it. When it comes to this, like, why keep building up on it when it's going to tear it? We can't stop it. They on the sea level.
Didn't they just pass like a law where you don't have to be licensed to carry?
I heard about it.
You don't have to be. Down south you can have guns.
But with so much crime,
But down south you can have a gun down south, long as it ain't concealed.
How about that? Because I mean, if you're going to pass a law where you don't have to have a license to carry, and there's so much crime there already, and it's so dirty and messy, as y'all say this, they're like,
No, but you know what it is though. I think everybody having the right to bear arms kind of works for me, because now the way it works right now is that the only one that got arms up here is the police and the crooks. The people that's getting preyed on, we ain't got nothing in you know.
Everybody has to be vetted and documented in order to bear arms.
Up here.
Anywhere.
Not down south. No, down south you can go to. You always got a driver's license. You can go in the store and get anything you want. No, you got a driver's license. You can get anything you want.
I don't want to live in the area where everybody can have a gun. I don't want to.
Don't that even the playing field though? Don't you think that even is the playing field?
No. Well, why do you want to play in the field?
I'm just saying. I don't
want to even know type of playing. I don't even want to go in that field where they're playing like that.
The days of coming out with your baseball bat like this. Who did? Some days are gone, man. They gone with the dinosaur. They gone. Dudes is coming in your crib. They coming in ready. Okay. You need to be ready too. It's like, what's the use of you not ready?
I'm not saying that I wouldn't want to be a registered gun owner.
Yeah, especially in my house. Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is people need to be vetted in order for that to happen. Everybody should not have access to weapons. And then there should be restrictions on the weapons that you have access to. And you should have to learn how to use that weapon. Like when we went to the gun range, right? And I said, I learned how to load it, how to lock it, how to handle it, how to shoot it. I'm comfortable with it. I don't want to do it unless I got to do it.
Yeah.
But when you touch it, like you always say, if you touch it, you better be ready to pull it.
Yeah. If you bring it out, I said, don't play with it.
I ain't playing.
Don't play with it.
And I know how to not play.
Yeah.
Like, I know how to get this job done.
Yeah.
Everybody should have that training and all those kind of things. Like, police officers have to train. My sister has to train to keep her weapon.
Yeah. Well, you know,
pass tests every year to keep
it's a responsibility to have a weapon, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big responsibility. You can't be the first thing you go grab is go and grab your gun. That should be your last step, not your first step. You know,
everybody bear arms.
But they're doing it down south forever. You know what? What the deal is this though? This is the deal. Out of all the amendments of the Constitution, they hold on to that one. We have the right to bear arms. They only said that because at the time we was in civil war at the time, and that's where you have the right to bear arms come from. But they hold on to that one so they can always get guns, because guns make a lot of money. As long as it's making money, they're always going to be available. But it's not available up here, but everybody got them. You just got to pay for more money.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody go down south, go buy them, and then bring them back. And then now that's a crime. Dudes was making a living. Dudes was making a living off of that. They was going down south in the 80s. They was going down south and buying boatloads of guns and coming back up here selling them for double the price. Easy money.
Yeah, then everybody got these guns, and then and we got crime, we got robberies, we got murders, we got all types of horrific things happening because people have the right to bear arms. Like, people get mad and just shoot their spouse. They just shoot their kids. They can't. They that stupid and enraged that they just go get a gun and shoot. We were arguing. Oh, it's a passion. They got all these laws and rules and everything that could defend you for just flipping out and instead of not controlling your damn anger, controlling your temper, and just being rational. Who the hell just shoot somebody? They be like, oh, I'm insane. You ain't insane.
No, but that's the devil, though. The devil get in you.
And that's why everybody should bear arms. He make
you shoot, and then he leave you. And you be like, what happened? But it's like, look at that situation that happened in Virginia Beach the other day. Virginia Beach, a regular car stop. They stopped the dude, and he got out, and they arguing because the guy he just got out of jail, so he had weapons, and he didn't want to charges on him, right? So he got into an argument with the police, and he pulled his gun out. This is a classic example of someone having a gun. He pulled his gun out, and he shot both of the officers, and then when they was on the ground, he shot them again. Killed both of them, right? And then they said he ran away, and then they found him with a self-inflicted wound in the head. So you're gonna get into it all. I mean, he
probably couldn't wait.
No, I'm saying
he got that gun.
No, but I'm saying the worst thing he was gonna get was a little jail time, right? So the worst thing he was gonna get was a little jail time. Now he ended up shooting himself in the head.
The worst thing was a little jail time for killing cops.
No, this before that, when they pulled him over. When they was pulling him over.
Before he made the decision
the worst thing he was.
But again, he probably couldn't wait for that to happen.
But it's like, then explain to me why should I believe that he shot himself in the head
instead of maybe he just did shit.
Oh, come on, what a hell of a day that is. That's a hell of a day.
So you think the cops did it? The cops got him.
I'm just saying.
He should have had a gun in the first day.
They had a show recently called 16 Shots. You seen that on HBO?
I don't watch none of that.
All right, now what that was about the guy in Chicago, one officer shot this one kid 16 times. And it passed through the ranks. It went through the superintendent and went through the
officer shot a kid 16 times?
16 times. That's the name of the thing. It's called 16 Shots.
One officer. One kid 16 times.
He said he was defending himself. And it got signed off by the superintendent of police. The mayor was in an election year, so he signed off on it, and the district attorney signed off on it because she said she felt pressure from up top to sign off on it, right? They signed off as a good kill. That's what they said. A good shot, good kill. He was coming at him with a knife. That's what the officer said, right? Hear me out. This is in Chicago. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, the body cam comes out of nowhere. That the police said they didn't have it. Then all of a sudden someone had it, and they showed it to the defense team for the thing, and so now they suppressed the tape all the way to the Supreme Court. They suppressed that body cam, and the Supreme Court said we gotta let the public see it. So they showed the tape. The kid was running down the street, and no knife, nothing in his hand. He's just running. The guy gets out the cop car and he shoots him. Now he's on the ground. He shot him. He's on the ground, still alive. And then you can see on the video he was just pumping him. And there was witnesses to it, but they made them suppress all the witnesses and everything at the time, because the witness said he was already down, and he was no problem to my man, to the cop, and he just kept shooting. And you can see it on the video. He was just hitting him.
Thank God
so
for
it's like,
people who have a conscience and who leak those videos, because that's the person who was like, y'all ain't doing this.
Yo.
Like, thank God for that person, be it a black person, a white person, whoever it is that said that, all right, because sometimes everybody not automatically saying, no, you ain't doing that shit. We ain't doing that. Some people, like you said, the lady said, I felt pressured.
Yo, because the superintendent lost his job. The mayor lost it. The mayor resigned, and the prostitute lost her job.
As they should.
They suppressed that thing all the way up to the top. Even after the superintendent lost his job, he still said he still think it was a good call.
Oh. Okay. He would say that because he's fighting for his position. If he says that he doesn't, he's gonna lose. These people care about the bottom line, and the bottom line looks different for whoever the person is. First of all, once we all agree to suppress it, now we in this shit together.
Yeah.
So how are we going to fix this so that this shit doesn't come back on us? I got a job. I need my job. I got a family. I need my pension. So they going to fight it to the bitter end. And that's what happened. And he's still fighting it, because now he's probably tied up legally fighting to get his pension benefits, because something like that, you ain't getting your pension benefits. That's why people resign. And
that's what the mayor did. The mayor got out early.
But when we go, it's like, he resigned. Oh, good, because he don't need to be working there. But don't nobody think about, and I don't want to mess up people's livelihoods or anything like that. I want people to live, but you don't deserve to collect a pension after that shit right there. You don't deserve it. I don't give a damn how long you worked in the system. It's criminal. And if you're not going to be prosecuted criminally, then you need to be prosecuted that way. But there has to be consequences for those actions. And we don't hold people accountable, and that we do hold them accountable, but we go, they resign. We be like, oh, okay, we say resign. Well,
but the police officer got charged though. He got charged. But it's kind of crazy because, of course, the police officer was white and the guy was black, right? But meanwhile, the funniest thing is when you see that one video where that white guy chases the cops and everything, he had the knife in his hand.
And they ain't doing nothing.
They running away from it. They running away from this. That is when you see that.
He hitting them, and he and they what?
And I swear, when I looked at it, I said, now, that was a black guy.
It was dead. He's dead already.
There was a white woman officer. I just saw it. She was a white woman officer, and she was in with these white men. And I don't want to call them names or whatever, but they were giving her a hard time fighting her. Not physically hitting her, but she's trying to restrain them. She had a full of taser out. She tasing them. They all on her, and she's the only person there. No other cop is there. It's just her. And it's 4 people and a person recording. And he let him go. Don't touch him. He ain't hurting you. In the meantime, the guy fighting her to the point she got to wrestle to get him down, and they defending it. And it just, I don't know why I just thought about that, but it just came to my mind. And where was her help? Where was her help?
Well, I still think the female police officer ain't not accepted.
Not respected.
Yeah.
Not accepted.
Not respected. Respected. It's like it just.
That's why the men challenged her.
Yeah.
But she ain't shoot them though. She ain't pull out no gun. All these cops ain't show up to rescue her. It wasn't swarms of cops. And when they did, ain't nobody get shot, ain't nobody get hurt. And I bet you they probably went to jail and got processed and let out with a misdemeanor to come back. for assaulting a cop. But the way they did her, the way they treated her, it just didn't make no sense for them to handle a police officer that way. And it showed a disrespect because she's a woman. It showed that they thought they was going to be able to fight this woman and wrestle this woman. And what y'all men need to know when y'all fighting these cops is that they train. These women cops are trained. I remember watching my sister first. I remember her putting she was playing. She did some shit to Pip. Next thing you know, he's like, she was like,
everything she learned from training home.
Yeah, let me test this out. She was like, let me test this out.
For real. When I was standing at the doorway, just looking through the door, next thing you know, I'm going down like, And then Demetrius laughing like, that's the something. I don't know what she did, but I was like, okay.
You know, on the pressure points, huh?
But they train, and then they not weaklings, you know, and then they get underestimated. And then if they have to defend themselves, and we gotta be the reason that I believe, it's my belief that the reason that women cops get assaulted more and challenged more is because it's more so a play on the fact that they are less likely to pull their gun out and shoot you, and not because they're not, like, men are crazy. These men cops, what you shooting a guy 16 times for in the back? We ain't doing that. That makes no sense, you coward. Why? How did that make you feel to shoot a guy 16 times in the back? For what? Why? We ain't doing that shit. Black, white, Chinese, whatever the hell woman that we are, we ain't doing that. That makes no sense. We ain't that damn cocky and arrogant.
Well, you know, you gotta still think that, you know, that a woman is still a mother. Had the mother instinct, so it's like that's always gonna play a part, you know, in it, you know. But it's like being a police officer is a tough job, you know. It's like it's not for everyone, you know. I for one, I wouldn't want to be a police officer nor a correction officer, you know. They just had a uprising in upstate New York where they broke and they got a couple of correction officers, you know.
I thought about my sister. You know, I was like, man, that's a shame that you want them to secure these criminals, these people that murder people, people that bludgeon people to death. You know, these aren't all like a bank heist, or not a bank heist, but you know, it's different levels to these criminals, right? And you want to put them in harm's way and don't make sure they're secure. At the same time, make sure that they have enough people, or make sure that they're paid a wage to do that. That's dangerous. That is dangerous to be in that situation. If somebody kills their mother, they don't give a damn about killing you.
Yo, but it's like that's why that job is special, because it's like being locked up.
Yeah.
Every day. Yo, you're doing more time than the dudes in prison, man. You do 20 years. You do 20 years. You do 20 years.
Yeah, they gotta lock them in.
That's 20 years in prison.
No, they gotta lock them in.
Yo, every day you gotta go clean behind you.
Anxiety, like, oh, God bless them, man. That's a job.
You know, it's like.
I was gonna do that.
Wow. You know, it's something really serious you got to think about. I was a police officer. I went all the way to the academy, all the way to the end, and then they show you a video of when the internal affairs play games with you. You know, it was a simple video. They showed the dude was riding down the street and everything, and they pull him over. They pulled the dude over. The dude was like, "Yo, man, I ain't got my stuff and everything. Just take that bag in the back. I don't even see it. Just take it and just let me go." And he had like $30,000 in there, $40,000 in it, man. And it was like, what is your next step and everything? You know, it's like, it's easy to say what's your next step, you know, when you're in school and all that. But when you're out there in them streets and you got bills to pay, and this dude's saying, "Let me go," and you got a bag of money there, and you know nobody gonna account for that, and you know this, I ain't gotta do the paperwork for this guy and all this. You might do it. It depends on your circumstances, but you don't know if that's a setup. You know, and it's like I always say. So that made me change my mind about. I don't trust myself that much. But you know what my uncles and them at the time, they was all in the North police. They used to you had a nice car, man. They pull you over and get your car and impound it. And then they make it hard for you to get it out, and then they put it on the auction and they get your car. They used to do that a lot.
Wow, impound somebody's car and then buy it at auction?
Yeah, yo, they used to do that a lot, man. Yeah, that's just like 70s and 80s. They was doing that a lot, man. Back my uncles that used to do that. They used to see a dude with a nice car, especially if he's a drug addict, dude, you know, a drug dealer and junk. They pull him over and junk, you know, impound the car, and then make it real difficult for him to get it out and everything.
Need another one.
Yeah, and they just
and then now
put it on the auction.
So that could be the reason some of those drug dealers was buying those cars. It was like, you thought you got the way you used to like get nicked.
Yeah.
It's a bad.
Yo, I said. Yeah, man, my uncle pulled up.
So that's why the drug dealers and the cops drive.
Yo, my uncle pulled up at the cookout with a Jag and shit. It was like, that Jag was nice, man. And I was like, yo, where you get that from, this young man? Like, really, you were just a police officer. That was like a nice Jaguar, man. You know, and he's like, what you want? Tell me what you want. That's when the auction was big. You remember when the auction was big?
Well, you're a little older than me now.
Car auctions was really big, you know. That's where everybody was getting their cars at. They was going to the auction because they was doing the do.
They have those now, right? But
yeah, but not as tricky as before.
Well, now they make it harder for you to be able to do those.
No, yeah, but
take people cars and tell people, thank God they did that. Cause,
I mean, they used to do that. He used to do that with drugs too. He used to come to the cookout and just give me a bag of weed and stuff.
And I'll be
like, yeah, who?
Your uncle retired?
He did.
Okay.
Well, you know, he used to give me a bag of weed and be like,
he did.
He'd be like, here. I'll be like, thanks, thanks, man. Thanks. Party time. Yo, he just busted dude and he just took it and brought it to the cookout. You know, I appreciate it. You know,
but he ain't locked the dude up though, did he?
I don't know, but of course, we can't smoke until they leave. You know, that's one thing you got when you got people that's in your family that's police officers, or you gotta wait till they leave before you can for the party to begin.
I know, that's why everybody hate when Kill comes. They be like,
you know, it's like, it's sad too. You know, and, you know,
I'm like, my sister coming. Y'all better not do X, Y, Z, cause she gonna be here.
Yo, my uncle used to do this. All right, y'all, I'm getting ready to go now. Have a good one, and everybody like, please, what is that? Light up, man. Man, that was funny, man. He used to do that all the time. He used to be like, this out of the blue, man. Like, all right, I'm getting ready to go. Man, that must be like, yeah.
You know what?
He said he used to feel a certain kind of way about that. You know, but he realized the situation. He didn't want to mess it up for people. He said he'd stay a little while. He'd just come. He'll leave and tell. But that's one thing I didn't like about being a police officer, that it alienates you from the rest of everybody else, you know. And a lot of them is jerk offs. So she's gonna be with a lot of friends that you know made as police officers. They goofballs and everything, you know. So you know.
I don't know about that. My sister
she ain't no police officer. She's a correction officer. That's different. You know, it's like
I think that they just. I don't think so. I think that they should just hang out with themselves. They shouldn't be in the element where people are doing things because they have an obligation.
But I think when they hang around each other more, they drink more.
Yeah, well, shit, they can't do nothing else.
So
they can't do drugs.
Yeah.
Like all these other people got not that I should be doing drugs. Nobody should be doing drugs. But I'm saying, what else they doing? They not going with the drug dealer sniffing or smoking weed or doing those things. They ain't hanging out on the street shooting dice or something like they outlet is they drinking alcohol.
Yo, but you know that alcohol is a bad drug,
and
though.
And then the work that they do, I don't know what you can do or give a person that has to deal with that type of mental trauma daily.
Yo, it's like that. It's not normal.
There has to be an outlet.
You take nightmares home, man.
Or alcohol, but they find something that is an outlet, regardless of what it is. Some people might exercise. That could be it. Something to get that off of you, because that got to come off of you.
Yeah, that's why they're so aggressive. But it's like you got to read the fine print when you have these jobs. Like for example, when I was getting ready to become stick the tickets on the train. On the train, like on a regular train.
Yeah.
The trains do the conductor. But, you know, you think that's the part of that job is that when someone gets hit on that train, you the first one to go out there to the tracks to mark up the body parts. Who want to see that? When I saw that I asked the dude that on the job. I was like, "Is that for real? Is that we actually got to go out on the tracks and see someone get hit?" And it was like, "Yeah, that's part of the job. You know, you got to get out there and do that." I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want no.
You like, I like how you just leave jobs. You be like, nah.
Right.
You be always there. You be like,
I was always there. You know, it's like.
They do the hiring process, the paperwork, and all that.
All that right there. And you know what else? Reason why I didn't take the New Jersey Transit job. I'm gonna keep it real to Phil because I was there. At the time I was living in Orange, right by the train station, right. I had to go all the way to Atlantic City, all the way to Kent, all the way to Trenton every day.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
I got to go all the way to Trenton, and that's my base. So I live right here next to the train. I can't take the train and go to Trenton. No, I can't. I got to go to Trenton and then take the train and go right by my house all the time. And, and go. And
so you had to drive your car to Trenton.
Yeah.
Or pay to get on the train to go to Trenton.
No. You know, train is not your transportation to work.
Really?
No.
You can't use the train to get to work
on the train? You ain't on that track, first of all.
So what? You still can't go to work? Like, say you didn't have a car and you had to get to work.
No, you can take a train to work.
Okay. Oh.
You can take the train to work, but you still got to come back to Trenton. Trenton was where you go to work to sign in and when you punch out.
Okay, so you just would have caught the train. If you would have had to drive to Trenton to go to work every day, right? And then you drive to Trenton, you go to work. You leave work, you drive home. But you ain't on the train. But your job is in Trenton. So you drive to Trenton, then you go home. It's the same thing. If you don't want to drive, catch the train. Shorten your commute. Like, I understand what you're saying. Damn, every time I leave, my house right here.
Yeah. Right there.
When I was told that, I was like, oh. When I used to catch the train to Hackettstown, the conductor was talking to me, telling me that I can fly and stuff like that and give you all information. Like, the only funny part is you can live here, but you have to drive the train or some other places.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang.
Well, you didn't catch the train?
I don't know if it was. They don't see. That's a long train ride.
I used to drive to work from.
That's a long train ride.
Well, it's what happens. You know what I just read in the paper? I read that I know they got money. I'm not comparing the financial aspect of the travel. I'm just comparing the commute. I read that there was some people that, it was a person I read about, and it said that this woman flew to work every day and flew home. She got on an airplane every day to go to work, and then flew there and flew home. And then when they mentioned her, they said that another person had done the same thing. We do what we got to do.
I'm just saying. All right,
I ain't talking about the money.
I'm just saying that it just didn't make no sense for me. I had a family and I was living here at home and here in Orange. So in order for me to really have that job, I need to live in Trenton. That's where I needed to be. That way I'm working in Trenton.
How long is the drive to Trenton from Orange?
What?
An hour?
To Trenton?
What
2 hours?
Is it 2 hours?
Yeah.
An hour and 45 minutes or so?
It's
I gotta Google that. I drove to Trenton. I know it's far. I know it's not that close.
It's like Atlantic City type of thing. I'm gonna say you see Atlantic Trenton sign right there, but Atlantic City you see the Trenton stuff right there.
But on the train, it's not that. It can't take it. It gotta be shorter. You gotta be shorter on the train.
So it depends on when your shift is.
Well, it wasn't that easy though.
He's a starter, so they're gonna give him the early shift that nobody wants.
It wasn't that easy to just take a train to work and jump.
I'm just trying to figure it out.
I'm just trying to tell you, it wasn't that easy to say that I'm just jumping on the train and going to it wasn't that easy, man. But it's like so that was the deal with that, and the fact that you got to go out there when somebody gets hit, you got to be out. You got to actually go out there.
That's a problem.
So I came to the conclusion that I didn't want a job that I could get arrested for, and I didn't want a job that's going to leave trauma memories in my head and everything. You know, it's like my uncle said that he's seen heads blown off and all that kind of stuff. So it's like I don't want that in my memory bank.
You know, they make you you don't want it. At all.
You don't, man. I don't want it because they don't go away.
It bothers you. It messes with you. And I don't care, like, how much counseling. There's it's called now the Victims of Crime Compensation Board is what it's called now. It's a Victim of Crime. It used to be Violent Crime Compensation Board. I worked different, and I had to answer like a hotline. And on a hotline is when people who were involved in the crime, they got the number from the police, they got the number from the hospital, and they just call. Some people call immediately, right? In an emotional state, and it could be something, somebody robbed my house, or it could be like my kid just got killed, like whatever crime you can think of, it's the call that would come through. So you had to be prepared in that moment to deal with them. You can't deal with people and be emotional, and you can't be traumatized, and you can't be like, oh my God, like what happened?
No,
that's hard.
Yeah. Well, that's like a 911 caller, right?
Yes, but they give you training, and they give you counseling. I know I had counseling. We had counseling as a whole when we did that. I remember going to the counseling session. But I also remember that a lot of that, the stuff that happened, it's traumatizing. It makes me go, I know the least of the least that could happen, people won't even think could happen. I done heard so many things, and I'm always saying, like, yeah, I know what happened, and I'm always, it's traumatizing.
I think when you're in those type of jobs, the scariest part is when you become dehumanized. When you see so much that it doesn't, you don't separate them.
Oh, I ain't see it.
I'm just talking about just dealing with all the stuff. After a while, it just becomes stuff. It doesn't become personal and everything. It's like that's what a police officer do. He lump us all together instead of like separating us as per person. No, he just lump you in the same boat and jump.
So. You think so?
Yeah, initially, why is he aggressive when you're not aggressive?
I think they're just trying to make sure that they have control over a situation in the beginning, and that's why you have to speak. You can't go and be like, put your hands up.
No, nobody said you gotta do like that.
Put your motherfucking hands up.
No.
Right? But what do you want? So that's what's aggressive. Why not?
No. It's like
what we do now? We be like, sir, let me talk to you. What I do?
No. Yeah. What the problem is what you
want to talk about?
The regular guy you all aggressive with, the real crook, he already know how to deal with you, and you don't even know how to deal with him. He the one that get over on you. The real crook, he go down a one-way street on you and jump. We won't though. We be like, I won't go down. The real crook, he like go down a one-way. I don't care who I hit. I don't care who's running out the way. They can't handle that guy. They can handle the regular joker. It's like I've had points where I was pulled over and I was like. Died down as hard as I kept it low as I can make it, and it still didn't matter. The dude was still talking mad junk to me, and still being aggressive, and still trying to make something happen, trying to make something happen.
And I don't like that at work. Like,
but I got pulled over by a white officer with that, not a it was a white officer. He pulled me over, was like, what would your mother think if she knew you was out here? I think I went over. What
was your mother think though? What was she think?
I am the mother.
I'm for that. I was me.
The fuck you think? I am the mother. Motherfucker. I was mad. Like I was saying, all I thought to myself was, is that how you talk to people's kids?
Yeah.
Is that how you talk to people's fucking kids?
Yeah.
The way you just tried to talk to me, but I ain't the fucking one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's like.
I digress.
But it's like watching them shows, the little cop shows taught me a lot that you don't have to say anything, and that's best. And they get mad when you don't do that. Yeah. You don't say nothing, they mad at that, and they don't have a right to pull you out your car. They don't have a right to do none of that.
Well, the best thing is recording now.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
I love it at the same time.
But I'm just saying though, it's like you don't have to do none of those things. You don't have to say nothing.
You have bad experiences.
Who?
Remember when we moved to Florence Park and we got pulled over the first couple of times, but at the end we were cool.
I mean, they pulled me over twice. They pulled me over twice, man.
Yeah.
Because they want to know where I live at. The first time he asked me that, where you live at? I said, we live over here, over some valley over here. He was like, in his mind, he was like, oh, that's where the niggas live at. That's what he said in his mind. I could read it. I could read it in his mind. Because he was like, oh.
I got pulled over.
He said, oh. So that means, oh, That's I wonder where the niggas coming from. You know,
yo. Right there by the complex when I lived in Sunbelt.
Yeah.
I got pulled over right there.
Right there.
And the guy was like, he got out the car, he went to the back to where Dimitri was, and he asked me the information. I told him. So he's like, I guess they didn't believe me. He's like, where you go to school? Like Dimitri was like, Brook Lake. He's like, I went to Brook Lake. Mother, I told you where I live, and then you have my ID. What am I lying for?
Wow,
Why you got to ask my child?
Wow.
Maybe he was being friendly.
Nah, he was trying to catch you. He's trying to catch you. He's trying to catch you.
Yeah.
He's trying to catch you.
I know. I was just trying to.
I know, man. No, but I'm just saying though, it's like, but one day I was in I was at lunchtime with a co-worker. He was Caucasian, and we got pulled over, and the way he talked to the police officer had my mouth open. I was like, so that's how you talk to them when you ain't afraid or nothing. You was just like, well, I got pulled over for. You know, it was like you the back tail light was. He was like, and you couldn't pull me over for that. He was like, you could have just pulled me over and said, what's up? You had to do that. He was like, well, I was just trying to let you know you can. I'm listening to this conversation and I'm saying, wow, they talking like it's just buddy. They actually there to serve and protect them. And they feel it too. He'll tell them in a minute, I'll pay your paycheck. In a minute. We can't get none of that kind of lingo going. You kidding me? You be on the ground with your hands to the back, man. In a minute. Only
I
one.
got pulled over there too when I was pregnant. I was right down the street.
Wow.
I got pulled over. And I didn't think I did anything, but I farmed the car.
That's what you did.
That's what you did. That's the same thing he did. He had you.
Why did I get pulled over?
He had you in the car, and you had I farmed the car.
Yeah, but it's
I got pulled over, and I was in the car by myself, and he told me I did 2 miles over the speed limit.
Oh man.
It was like 25 miles, and I think I was doing 27 or something. You know why I pulled you over, right? I said, no, I do not. He said, oh, you're driving 2 miles over the speed limit.
Well, listen.
He didn't say 2 miles, he said, you're driving 27 miles and 20 something. And I was like, oh, I said, I apologize, right? Because I already knew what he pulled me over for. And I already knew my things was okay. And you could pull me over to check, and you could make sure everything was okay. But he wasn't talking crazy or disrespectful, and I didn't get the ticket.
That was good.
And I talk like my shit is correct. Where we going?
Well, I mean, when we first moved up there, the dude pulled me over just because.
But he never pulled you over again. He knew who you was.
Yeah, that's the second
and
time.
you had your hat on. And not that it's good. I don't think it's good at all. I think it should be across the board. If you singling out things, do it all across the board. If you patrol a certain area and you used to seeing certain cars, you know, the people, right? And now you're seeing things that you ain't used to seeing, and you just want to make sure. And it could be also a way for you to know. Like, I know when I was driving up my route that there was cops there, right? I know that I was cool. And what we didn't have a whole bunch of sirens. We ain't had no sirens.
I don't know. I tell people all the time.
I only heard the ambulance.
When they fixing roads out there, they didn't take all months to do it. They don't take.
That's a whole different thing. That ain't got nothing to do with
like that thing in front of your job would have never happened up there.
No, the way they fix it.
Look how long they taking to do that. Yo, you never saw that up there.
But the city's not doing that. The city's not responsible for that.
But I'm just talking about in general.
Well, what happened in general? But absolutely right.
Yeah, they didn't play around, man. They didn't play around that.
And
we didn't have no messed up streets for long either. They made sure you didn't have no messed up streets.
Go to sleep, wake up.
That stuff was done, man. It was done, man.
Yeah,
those
go
are things.
to sleep, wake up, and they out there getting it.
And of course, there ain't no liquor stores on the corners. So
they up there, but they ain't on the corner.
Nope, they in the shopping mall, and they close at 8 and 9, and that's it. But you out of luck and everything. And one of the things I really miss, y'all, the free treats at the grocery store. You know, it's like we don't get none. I don't get none of that down here in the hood, man. They wish.
What groceries? They still got it like West Star.
No, that one up the right up the street from where we lived at Florida Park, the Stop and Shop. They used to always have. They always had treats there all the time.
I mean, I got free muffin Friday.
Yeah.
You still go to the store, kiddo. She's still up there, right? She's still up there and they stores and.
Well, yeah, she worked up there. But I'm saying though, that Stop and Shop up there, they always had every aisle. They had. They always got something going on, man.
I remember one time, because I had seen it before, and I never stop. I don't stop for food, like DJ type food. I don't want it. But however, they had a knife thing. It was nice knives too, and they was like, "Oh, we giving out this free pair of knives." I stood there for 10 minutes to get that knife. It was I still got it upstairs, and it's so sharp.
Yeah, see what I'm talking about?
And I brought another little knife, and I got the free pair of knives.
Yeah, but you see what I'm talking about? Now that shop right in Livingston, they always always got stuff.
I was in Livingston.
Always got stuff, and that was the first shop right I ever seen that had curbside service. I didn't know they had curbside service to.
I don't know. I don't go to the other shop right now.
Well, right there though.
After the pandemic, they created the curbside.
Yeah, they
all stores created the curbside.
In East Orange?
I don't go to East Orange.
What?
Okay.
Well, I don't. I never went to East Orange.
Wow.
I want to. It's changed hands, so it's different. They fixed it and everything. I want one.
You go to West Orange one, right?
I like to go to West Orange and Livingston and then the other one up there by Benihana. I can't remember which.
Short Hill?
That's Springfield.
Okay.
Oh,
I like
Springfield.
But anywho,
that's
the only reason I don't go to East Orange.
Springfield is overrated. That one is Springfield. I didn't like it.
It's a little. The only reason I don't go to East Orange is because the one time, and I worked in Livingston, and I was catching a bus. This is why when you said the transportation. So I caught the bus from work, and we go by ShopRite. And I said, I'm going to stop at ShopRite and get some stuff from the store to take home. So I got off the bus, and I'm going to ShopRite, and I'm getting a couple of things. And the lady, when I was paying, she was like,
oh, nodding there.
I swear to God. First of all, of course, the store wasn't up to par, but it's changed hands since. ShopRite's a little company. Yeah. I know y'all changed hands. I know y'all fixed it up. I just haven't been in it since. That was my one and done. And when I found out my grandmother was shopping there, I said, you better not go in there no more. I'd rather take your ass to, excuse my language. We're going to take you to West Orange or somewhere, but we ain't putting you in there. Because the way that lady sat there at that counter, an employee of the store in the front of the store and was falling asleep, and ain't nobody tapping to wake her up.
That was a long time ago.
So, I'm trying to.
All right, but it's like, also, I feel it is so convenient for me because it's like 2 minutes from my house and everything, but I understand it because I saw the shows where they show how it trickles down and junk. You know, the food trickles down. Yeah.
Yeah, when you cook,
vegetables
be nice and crisp.
The food comes down the pipe and junk. So that's what really amazes me, that a lot of people do a lot of their shopping at the corner bodega store. And I don't understand how y'all do that when the quality of food is very low. They like the bottom end. They like the last of the when the truck go from ShopRite, they go there and jump. You know, it's like, but you know, you want good quality, go to the Livingston ShopRite. Right there.
In Bergen County.
But Bergen County, another one. You got to depends what county you going.
I had to stop at a ShopRite somewhere, and I was like, oh, I didn't realize the ShopRite was here. I go in.
Wow, what a ShopRite, huh?
I like fresh vegetables. Yo, those vegetables, OMG. I said, oh my God, look at the string beans. Oh, I was in heaven. I brought all these vegetables. The vegetables were so fresh. It's like when you go out and we drive in, and we see a vegetable stand on the road, and we're like, oh, let's go and use that. Yeah, okay.
But that's how they go, though. I saw it on the History Channel. The root of the food, it goes to the good area first, and they pick all the pieces and everything, and it goes down and down, and then by the time it gets in the hood, you just pick what you get. You know?
On my job, there's a little stand, you know, that be selling like big grow.
Yeah, right up there. They always had a food, the little vegetable stand up there. That one up there, your mother, she went up and stole from them. She stole from them. There was nobody there. She put money in the.
That's what they tell you to do. Don't say I stole. It's like a honor system. Yeah, it's like it's money. They put it in there. You put your money in. So I stole. I got my veggies, and I used to be honest, like a transparent moment. I used to be nervous. I used to look and go, I want to go there. And then I said, nope, because when I go there and these black people start pulling up, they're going to automatically think I'm trying to steal something. And that's why I wouldn't go. And then one day I was like, man, forget that. I want some fresh veggies. So I put, because they just out, and you could just go and get your veggies and put things in. But as a black person, that's all they think about. The first thing they think. That's the first thing I'll be thinking anyway. It might not be the first thing some of y'all think, but in my mind, I was like, as soon as I pull over on the side of this road, we just moved in, and I got used to pulling over though. But the first thing wasn't to pull over. It was like, no, there ain't nothing but a whole bunch of white people there. They gonna think trying to take a vegetable or something. And then I ain't coming back out in the middle of the night and shit. Every time I go by, it's like they stopping and they shopping and they putting their little money. Half of them probably put money in. They probably was the ones.
Yeah, it was definitely. Well, you know, it's like I felt a little something when I heard that Livingston Mall is closed up. Cause my little candy store is. That was my spot, man. That was my spot, man. That was my spot, man.
Huh? They left all the candy in there.
What?
They did. All the candy.
So you would have been in heaven.
You would have been in heaven. The store is still, it's just shut down. Everything is still in there, still in there.
Wow.
The mall is still open. Macy's is still open.
Wow.
The
food court is going.
The Chinese spot is holding on for dear life, and Popeyes is holding on for dear life.
Damn.
They had a sandwich spot that came.
Nathan's going. I know Nathan's and all them going. All that.
Cheesesteak place.
Yeah, that's going too.
Cheesesteak going, and then after that it became Livingston Pizza something. They going.
Oh.
Place going. So I think now Popeyes going because they ran out of cheese.
They was waiting for it.
Poor Livingston Mall. Poor
but it was so rat infested. Oh my God.
The mall had rats.
Listen.
What you saw?
My coworker was like, come with me. I'm like, okay. So I'm going to come in. Let me go. Annie's pretzel.
Yeah.
Gone. I look over the thing, like thousands of rat. It was rats or rat poop.
The Annie.
Rat,
oh, you mean
poop,
turds
poop,
and stuff.
like thousands, like.
A lot of it.
A lot of it. The one that we were leaving, and where Burger King is the door where you can go inside for the employees. I looked and you see it.
Rat turds.
And I was eating here. The poop, like everywhere.
Ew. That's disgusting.
And somebody said, one of my coworkers, they went there. Popeye was still in it recently, and they looked and they saw rats.
There's Popeye.
I said,
You know, they love that chicken too, though.
They love that chicken from Popeye?
Love that chicken from Popeye.
in there, like, she was like, I told her we can't put Popeyes. If they ask for Popeyes, we gotta find.
Why don't we go to Livingston Mall? I mean, not Livingston, Short Hills Mall.
Short Hills don't have no Popeyes.
No, they just ain't got no
Short Hills
Popeyes.
has a food court.
No, they don't.
They got a no restaurant in there.
But it's not like
expensive. It ain't like a food court.
They ain't got no food court. They got restaurants. They ain't got no food court.
Well, they got restaurants, but
they ain't got no food court.
In Short Hills than eat in They got a new little thing that they built.
Oh, they did?
It's by Well, okay, I haven't been in there in a minute, but when I went there, it had just opened. And you can sit at the table. It's not as like a Legal Seafood or Ruth Chris is up in there now. It's a little.
What, that Johnny Rocker?
Oh, Ruth Chris is in there?
I don't know about Johnny Rocker. Is Johnny Rocker in Short Hills?
You sure Ruth Chris is in there?
It's a steakhouse in
But there ain't no Ruth Chris.
It is cheesecake factory.
Okay, I'm just telling you that it is.
No.
That must be some new.
Let me get my phone.
Ruth Chris.
I was just there with the girl.
Well, then, all right. Well, then it is. Then you gotta go get your phone. I take your word for it.
Listen, I have to make me a reservation.
It's overrated.
I know, but I want to go just to see how it went.
Okay. You can go to Longhorn. Go to Longhorn.
Very good.
Go to Longhorn.
We had a good time. The food was excellent. Yeah, it was good. We always eat everything. Oh, yeah, it's pricey, but it was good. It's pricey.
I don't like a la carte.
You don't like a la carte?
No, I don't
like anything good.
Nah, I got tricked first time with that a la carte. Cost me $600.
Shoot.
Yes, you would be.
Yep.
April Fools.
Yep.
My bad.
Orange, right there in West Orange, that place right across the street.
I didn't know we was going to be together for 10 years.
When I did that.
I didn't know what that was. We was paying for the broccoli. We was paying for everything separately.
Damn.
My bill was like, well, it was like $500 that day.
Jesus.
Yeah, we got it. Sure enough.
What the heck? It was just y'all too?
Yeah.
Because you pay, I don't call you pay for everything, and the menu is expensive, and the food was good. It'd be good.
It wasn't that good. That wasn't that good.
Like,
I never went back. I never went back. I ain't never went back either.
I know you did. It wasn't because of the food. You go back, they won't pay for it. You was like,
Of course, you know, when we go to, what's name was always worth the money, the seafood spot in Morris Plains. You spent it, but it was worth it, you know, but that's a big difference.
It was good. All right, y'all. So we're going to take another break, and we will be right back.
All right.